So canine cognition is just a fancy way to say that I study how dogs think, how they solve problems, what do they feel, what do they have emotions about, and how do they interact with people and solve problems with us. I think one of the exciting things, if you're me and you're in the area of research that I'm in, is Purina Pro Plan just released a national survey that shows that vast majority of people are fascinated by this topic and want to know more about the mental life of their dogs. Well, so I think the big surprise for us was that while people recognize that a dog's mind is what produces the personality that we fall in love with, and that brain health is important to make sure that personality is happy and healthy, people aren't recognizing, and in fact it was only 18% of people in the survey who were aware that a dog is senior at the age of 7. And the reason that knowing that is important is because that's when the glucose metabolism in a dog's brain can change, and that has real implications for a dog's cognition. So things like how they remember, or what they pay attention to, or how they make decisions, even social decisions that might involve you. So that's one of the important things from the survey, is given people recognize the importance of their dog's brain health, making sure they know that a dog is senior at 7 and it has implications for how their dogs think. What we saw was that over 90% of people respond that they're have a very strong emotional connection with their dog, and that the dog in their life is a family member. But one of the questions we asked relevant to this really, I think, highlights the importance of science in helping us understand why we feel that way, why we have that bond. So we asked people, does your dog ever stare at you? And about 86% of people responded, yeah, my dog stares at me. And the reason that's important is because that actually is your dog forming an empathic bond or having empathy with you. So we know that there's an underlying physiology that is released by this kind of staring. So when your dog looks at you this way, it creates oxytocin in you, it creates oxytocin in the dog. That's the same physiology that leads to a parent loving its child. And we know now that that's what's going on in humans and dogs, and why we feel so much love for these family members and have such strong bonds. So that's where science, I think, is helping us understand why we are the way we are. People were concerned about their dog's brain health, and interestingly, what people said most often was they felt nutrition was going to be important to maintaining their dog's brain health. And that's why the breakthrough of Purina Pro Plan Bright Mind is so exciting, because it really is a dog food designed specifically to not just keep your dog's body healthy, which it does, but also their brain. So it is really a dog food that acknowledges that your dog has a rich mental life, and that you as a dog owner want to keep that dog's brain healthy. In a lot of the research that this is, that has revealed how dogs think is based on people's pets at home. We bring, just like when when we study how kids think, people bring their kids in, we play games, we see how they make decisions, and we learn how kids' cognition works. We've done the same thing with dogs. People bring in their four-legged children, and we study how they think. So that's a lot of the science where it comes from, is people like you at home helping us learn. And that's what Dognition is about. You can do it with your dog at home as well. Starting this month, if you pick up a bag of Purina Pro Plan Bright Mind, there will be a code in the dry dog food, and that code gives you a free Dognition assessment. And Dognition is an online tool that allows you to play some science-based games to see how your dog thinks relative to other dogs. You also can, in playing the games, you're mentally stimulating your dog, which is good. Exercise their mind too. And while you're doing that, you're actually feeding the dog the food that is designed specifically to nourish and take care of their brain health. So if people want to learn more about how you can play some of these science-based games at home with your own dog, you can go to dognition.com/brightmind. You can play some Dognition games there for free and just get more information about this whole area about how dogs think and what we've learned.